it's NASCAR Game 10 here, again with another NASCAR Heat 4 video, where here is the leaderboard with me in the lead and Tony Stewart tied with the points, and we're going to be racing at Bristol at the next track. Now we did have quite a good qualify, just barely a bit outside of our goal, which is a bit unfortunate, but we would still come to get P12 for the start at the line. Where barely just out of the goal, maybe we'd get next time, but CJ Boswell gets the pole position, and we will come to take a look at the stories of the race. So Brian McCabe is looking a bit slow today. Then Everett Dennis is driving his backup car, so off goes the back. And CJ Boswell is the pole winner as well. So we would get ready to take the green flag for lap 1 here at Bristol. And the green flag will be out. A bit of a change to the races now. I'll only show the starts, the wrecks and the finishes of each stage. So that'll be a bit different as well. But we would end up coming to the final lap for stage 1 here. And we did come to finish stage 1 here in P8. Which was only 3 points, and not the best way to start off the race really, so hopefully it could be a lot more better next time. But we will come back to the restart with just 2 laps for stage 2 at Bristol, and we'll take the green flag for stage 2 here now. Tony Stewart didn't get a very good start there, so not very good trouble, but making a bit of contact with the 2 there, and he put me into the wall there a little bit, but I couldn't really control the car that much either. But we would look to the inside of Tony Stewart and come to the white flag for stage 2. A pretty good start it was. And we would try to look to the inside of the 20, we do. Side by side for P4, and that'll be 7 points that will be. And we get clear of the 20. And we will indeed come to get P4 for stage 2, so that's 7 points, so that will be a lot more better. So we got 10 points. Combined with those stages, and we would come back to the restart in P4 here with at least 7 laps, and the green flag is out, and we actually did get quite a good start, because we did beat 77 to the line at the top of the air, but then struggled a bit in turn 1 where we did make a bit of contact with the car ahead of us there, and then the 07 would actually come to wreck behind us. And we barely just came to get the lead before the caution waved, where the caution just waved. Then we would come back to the restart, start next to Todd Laguerre of the 77 car. And we take the green flag for just a few more laps to go. And we were pretty good in turn 1 there, where we will get clear of the 77 Todd Laguerre. We will come to take the white flag with Todd Laguerre just a bit behind us there, but I don't think he would have been able to catch up to us, because our car was actually quite fast and just not fast enough for the qualify session. But we will come out of turn 4 to come and get our 3rd win of the season. Now 3 of the drivers were not very happy with us, and I actually do agree, I was kind of all over the place in that race there. Not that many races until the playoffs, and we're pretty much locked in, we are. Now we will actually come to the next Dirt Tour race, but then we will also come to another hot seat. Next will be Texas, and we are at least 15 points ahead of Tony Stewart with 3 wins, and now 15 playoff points. Still no stage wins yet in the series, so hopefully we come to get this race. We could have had a good qualify if we were much more quicker in those turns, and we were just barely outside our goal again, and that would put us in P11 at Texas. Then that did put Leslie Gomez in the pole position, and we will take the stories of the race, where 2 drivers not very fast today, Matthew Day and Anthony Norton, not very fast in this race. But Leslie Gomez will come to take the pole position, where we are going to start in P11. and we will come to take the green flag, starting next to Tony Stewart, and me and him are quite close for the points, but we take the green flag for stage 1 at Texas. And we had a very good start there, especially in turn 1, because these turns are actually quite easy to pass, they're extremely big. And we actually came to the white flag, and we'd already taken the lead away, so 77 and all those other drivers battling for the second place. But we were actually very good with those turns there to come out of the final turn and take away stage 1 win, so that would be our first stage win of the season. And we would come to the green flag next to 33. That 77 33 we were battling a lot for the stage 1 in second place there. But we had a very good start again out of turn 1 there. And we would come to the white flag for one more time for stage 2, where 2 drivers battling for second place again. We would come down the back straightaway into the final turn where the 20 is tried to keep in P2, and we get into the wall there a little bit, but we will still come to get our second stage win of the season. And all the other drivers passing us, we actually get a bit of a bumper to the back there because we were going a bit too slow, but we restart next to the 2 and hopefully have another good race. And the green flag will be back out here at Texas with just a few laps to go, and we already get clear of the 2, but we did get a little bit wide in turn 1 there, so that did affect the speed there a little bit, but we still stayed ahead. Now we did come to the white flag in state for the final lap here. We did actually come to see the lap cars, and we were already very far ahead of Tony Stewart there, that was behind us. But we would actually come out of the final turn to win every stage and get 2 wins in a row here now, and we would come to pick up our 4th win of the season now. And we would come to do our burnout, where the burnouts again are actually quite harsh to do, but we do get to the back of the 17 there a little bit. So I wasn't really a fan of the burnouts in the dirt, especially since they were extremely hard, but then you do have to try and get very used to it, you know. Then we actually blew up the engine, so I did have to stop the burnout pretty much when it blew up. But a lot of people liked my driving today, because we didn't really stay with anyone there, because we took the lead quite early actually. But we would come to our truck series hot seat, and we would drive in the 3 car. Now the 3 car would come with a blue and white, but I decided to change the paint scheme to a black kind of one, because I actually did like the looks on that one. And it was actually a pretty good lap for us. We did just barely out of the goal again, but that'll be 21st, so not that bad for our second hot seat offer. Our goal is the top 18 in the 3 car, actually in 19th, where it seems to be 2 of them for some reason, but we will come to race at lower speedway. Tyler Ankrum actually looking a bit slow as well today, but Grant Enfinger will come to get pole winner, and Austin Hill missed driver's meeting, so he will have to go to the back of the field, where we should have actually gained 1 spot, so we would start in P20. And we will actually come to the green flag here at lower speedway, and the green flag is out, where we start in P20 and try and make our way up the field here now. Now then, on the outside lane is actually quite hard to start out for me, so I did actually hit the brakes early, because I didn't want to really bump into anyone too early. So we did lose at least 1 spot there, just so I could know what kind of speed to also go in these turns. But luckily didn't make much contact today, but we did there a little bit actually. But we did actually come to get back to the normal pace, where we do actually come across the 3 car when they didn't have a very good start, and we jumped to the inside of the 12, and he might not be, and after the 02 actually, but we did try to jump to his inside when we did, and we're actually inside of our goal for P18, still battling with the 02 for P17. He's actually quite fast it seems there, but the 12 car is actually ahead of the 02, so he might end up holding him up. But we're going to jump to the 12's inside and make a little bit of contact with him, and we'll move up to P16. Now Grant Enfinger's still leading the race, and we are just a few car lengths behind 15th place, and we actually went extremely fast in that turn and very not smooth as well, but it will affect my tyre wear as well. But luckily we can still drive a bit easily here, and we did actually get a little bit wide in turn 1 there, but we still managed to stay behind Self there, and we are actually going to go to his inside in turn 3 here for 15th place, where we do actually get clear of him, and luckily did not make contact with the 51, so that was extremely lucky, because that might have ended up wrecking me actually. But we would come with just 2 laps to go for stage 1, where we are not in the points area. We're in 14th place now since we got clear of the car behind us. Checking the tyre just to check if it's not that bad, but it is a bit low, so it's not going to affect it that much, but it will start to affect it a little bit. Where we do actually come to the white flag behind Benjamin here now. So Grant Enfinger's still leading the race. He might end up getting the stage win actually. I'm trying to catch up to Benjamin, but it just doesn't quite look like enough really. But we're still going to try, especially since we're behind. We will get the draft, but we couldn't quite get it really. But we will still jump to his inside of the 44th Benjamin. And we did actually get clear of him, so that was pretty good for us, where we would actually come and finish P13 for stage 1 when the caution actually did come out, but it will be no points for us for stage 1. But it didn't seem like anyone was going to be coming to pit road, so that did mean that I'm going to struggle a bit more for stage 2, since I did not want to come to pit road to ruin my lap times either. And we will come to the restart for stage 2 here now, where we will start behind the 2 car, and we take the green flag for stage 2 here. And it was actually a pretty good start, where we did decide to nearly jump to the inside of the 4 car, but didn't risk it, but then we would end up doing it in the middle of turn 1 there. And we actually had a very good start from P13 to P10 there already, when we just passed 4. Then we would try to pass the 45, and we would move up to P9, but then up to P8, but to P8 now, so clearly this car is actually quite fast today for us. But luckily that was extremely good for us, but we would actually make contact with the 46 there, which did send him loose, and we're actually going to end up going off the track, and we actually get loose, and we're about to wreck, and that has just made a very big wreck, and very unfortunate for us. But luckily did not cause that much damage for us, but the 4 actually causing a bit of trouble back there, where we do have a few cars actually coming down pit lane, where I actually did decide to come down pit lane because these tires were just not really going to work out if I was going to keep on dealing with them, where I'd get 1.5 cans of fuel and 4 tires just so I'd get a bit more of a good start, where we actually lost 10 positions and we would move back to 24th place, but luckily it was going to help us out since we have fresher tires than the drivers ahead of us, where we take the green flag in the 22, and Todd Gillian got a terrible start, and I was really not happy with that, because then it made me lose quite a lot of spots there, at least 4 spots, but then we would look to the outside, which was actually quite a good idea, because we did actually gain a few spots back, but I did not want to wreck the drivers who messed me up, because I did not want to get a bad comment from them. But we still looked from the outside, and that was actually quite good for us. That was where we would move up to P21, but we actually made contact with the 75 there, and that would actually end up bringing out the caution, but luckily we did make a bit of contact, but luckily it wasn't too much damage for us. We're not very good of a stage there again, but we'll have a few more cars coming to pit road. But I decided to actually pit again, but I would come to get no fuel and just some new tires again, and come to get the damage repair, where we would actually come to get 10 positions for some reason, even though I said to not pit. That's a bit weird, but I don't really know why. But we'll come to take the green flag when we are in P11, where we only have 10 laps to go for stage 3, and we would go into turn 1 and goes to the inside of the Enfinger. He was actually the pole winner, but clearly he's not having a good race anymore, where he's in P11 now since we just passed him. We're actually having quite a good race, to be fair, apart from making a lot of contact with all of the other drivers. But we actually dropped back a few spots there from the 18 because they jumped to our inside. So clearly I was not up for the pace there really, but we looked to the outside of the 22, but we were actually quite faster than them for some reason, and I was a bit shocking actually, especially since I was on the outside lane, and I was still in the outside lane, so I felt like that was going to be a faster, but it didn't look very faster, especially since I did not have the draft where just 8 laps to go here now. And we're 10 positions above the goal that we need, and we actually get extremely tight and way too fast in turn 1 there. With 13 actually looking to our inside, and we would try to bow him for P8 still, but I was getting very tight in these turns here now, which was affecting my driving. So we would actually come and drop back to P9. We're just a few more laps, and we actually do make a bit of contact with Johnny Sara there of the 13, and then we actually get even more loose, and we would even wreck again. But luckily we did not hit any of the drivers or make any contact with anything. But it will wave out the caution since it is on strict yellows, and the tires were actually quite flat, so I decided to just get no fuel and some more tires on it. So since I was also on fresher tires then, I would actually have better effect on the driving since they're on flat tires and I'm on fresh tires. So we would come to the green flag with just 3 laps to go, where they were already actually moving around quite a lot there for some reason, but I didn't get much of a speeding start, but I decided to jump to the outside of all of these drivers, which was actually quite a good idea because we gained at least like 4 spots there, maybe even 6, but that was actually quite a good idea for us to make, because then we would even jump to the inside of Decker, but we did actually make a bit of contact with them, which luckily did not make him wreck, and we actually looked to the inside of the 20, and that made it 4 wide in the final turn there, where we will come to just 2 laps to go, 4 positions outside the goal, and we still battle with these other drivers to try and get it. And we actually look to the middle and make a bit of contact with the 10 and the 12 there, and we move up to P21 where we make it 4 wide down the back straightaway, but then the 12 of Dean actually slowed down quite there a bit. But we would actually get clear of all those drivers and get back into our goal area, which was very good for us, where we come to take the white flag one last time here at Lower Speedway, and we actually go to the inside of Ross Chastain to see if we could somehow just gain a few more positions and see if we could perhaps maybe just beat the 3 as well maybe. And we do actually have a lot more speed than him, so we would get clear of him. And we battled the 2 at the final turn here, and we come behind Enfinger. Not a very great race for him, but it's a great race for us, where we were 5 positions above our goal, and we would come to finish in P13 for our hot seat and collect our offer. But this racetrack extremely terrible for us, because we were actually quite far outside our goal, so we'd have to start in P15. But I did actually make quite a bit of contact with the walls as well, so not a very great qualifier for us, and this racetrack was extremely annoying actually. But we will come to pick up the stories of this race, where 2 drivers extremely fast, Bobby Carter and Anthony Norton. Leslie Gomez go into the back since they had their engine changed after qualify, so that will make us gain 1 spot up into P14 here now, I believe, where we will come to take the green flag next to the 04, and we take the green flag where this racetrack is actually quite long. We already up into the wall there a little bit because we struggled in turn 1, but hopefully we can somehow just make our way up the film. We're already, and this racetrack is quite easy to actually make contact because these drivers are a lot more slower. Were actually a lot more slower than me in these turns, so I did make a lot of contact, which actually caused a lot of overtimes to happen. But we actually come to the last lap for stage 1 here, so we actually come to make a lot of contact there with the 04, and they actually got extremely loose, which caused them to nearly wreck. But then it turned out that actually it decided to end the race actually a bit early, and then that changed everything, where we finished in P21. We did not achieve our goal, which was very unfortunate for us, which is, yeah, very bad day for Charlie Pauly. Definitely, I have to agree there, 'cause we finished P21, that's our worst finish of the season. but the 7 was actually quite nice to us. But all the other drivers were actually quite angry because we did make a lot of wrecks, but I did not decide to show them since there was way too many of them, and it would take forever for me to get this race done where it did, because I had to go into at least like 5 overtime races where we actually only have 1 race to go. Actually, no, 2 races to go until the playoffs, which is when we will probably end the video here. So I will see you all in the next episode of NASCAR Heat 4 Career Mode.